Hey guys, it's Melvin7 here, and today I'm bringing you my Premier League score predictions match day week 2. So let's get into this. I got 6 points in my last predictions. I think I didn't get any of them right, but I got 2 of the predictions by the correct goal difference, so 1 or 2, etc. And I also got 2 more predictions correct. So I get 1 point for a correct prediction, 2 for the goal difference. So, for instance, if I say 2-0 and it ends up being 3-1, I get 2 points, and then I get 3 points for a correct prediction, which is very rare. But anyway, the first game, we've got Aston Villa versus Manchester United. I've done a full match preview for this, which you can see it was uploaded yesterday, so I'm only going to briefly go through this. As I said, Gusted is going to be the main key for Aston Villa because Manchester United struggle against players with aerial threat, and he certainly has that. But Man United surely have the pace to hit Aston Villa on the counter. We should win the midfield battle, so I'm going to say it's a 3-1 victory to Manchester United. Next game, we've got Southampton against Everton. Everton getting a disappointing 2-2 draw against Watford. That is a game you would expect them to win. Southampton, another 2-2 draw against Newcastle. And I said that one would be close, so that's probably not as bad because they had Europa, etc. They were a bit fatigued and they were away. Everton will be looking to bounce back. I mean, if Roberto Martinez has as poor a start as he did last season, he's got no excuses because it's Europa League, and I fully expect him to be sacked if 10 games in he's got something like 5-6 points, etc., which I don't think will happen. But yeah, I think 10 games in will be a key point for him. But anyway, in this game, I'm going to say Southampton are going to beat this. I think win this. I think they've got a lot more than what Everton do at this present time. So I'm going to say it's going to finish 2-1 Southampton. Next game, we got Spurs going up against Stoke. Obviously, Spurs lost. Stoke, on the other hand, well, lost 1-0 to Liverpool as well. So both these sides lost 1-0. But Stoke have just signed Shaqiri, and he's going to be really, really dangerous on the counter. Stoke are a very hard team to beat. Spurs are at home though, so I would expect that home advantage to play in, but they were pretty good against us, to be honest. So I'm gonna say it's going to be really close. I'm going to say 2-1 victory for Spurs, but I really wouldn't be surprised if Stoke did get something in this game. Next game, we got Sunderland going up against Norwich. Sunderland got battered 4-2. It could have been a lot more. They were piss poor. But if Pantilimon wasn't as good as what he was in the game, then yeah, they would have lost by even more. Norwich, a bit unlucky to lose 3-1 to Palace. Obviously, that goal disallowed that ridiculous overhead kick, and that would have made it 2-2. But in this game, I think this is going to be another tight one. I can see... I don't actually know. I'm going to say 1-1 draw. Like, literally, it's hard to predict. I mean, Sunderland, they're at home. You would expect them to win, but Norwich showed a lot of promise in the last game against Palace. So I'm going to say 1-1 draw. Next game, Swansea against Newcastle. Two teams who both drew 2-2. You know, Newcastle look a lot better than what they did last season, to be honest. And Swansea, you know, very, very dangerous team. 2-2 draw against Chelsea. Could have easily won that. So I'm going to say, you know, there's a lot of draws in this episode, but I think this will be another one. I think it'll be 2-2. Another entertaining draw for Newcastle and Swansea. Next game, we've got Watford going up against West Brom. West Brom, a disappointing 3-0 loss to Man City. They got absolutely destroyed. I know it's Man City, but Pulis is known for his defensive work, and they were piss poor defensively, to be honest. Watford, on the other hand, drawing 2-2 to Everton. That's a brilliant result for them, as I said before. So this is a game where it's hard to predict, but I think Watford will edge this. I'm really going for a surprise result here. I'm going to say 1-0 to Watford. Next, we've got West Ham going up against Leicester. Leicester, resounding victory, 4-2, continuing where they left off last season, to be perfectly honest. And West Ham, a fantastic victory against Arsenal, 2-0. So this one's very difficult, but I think West Ham have a little bit more than Leicester, especially at home. So I'm going to say this is going to finish 3-1 to West Ham. Next game, Palace up against Arsenal. Both teams looking for another win. Well, I suppose Arsenal looking for it a bit more than Palace, getting outplayed by West Ham. Czech didn't have the best of debuts, obviously everyone knows that, but he'll be looking to bounce back in this one. They can against Palace, but Palace are a team that can hit you on the counter. I mean, look at the Norwich goal. Norwich got a goal disallowed, and then 90th minute they scored to make it 3-1, Palace with Kabay. So this is going to be quite a close game, if I'm honest. I know Wenger will be determined to bounce back, but Palace are a difficult team, so I'm going to say Arsenal are going to win, but I think it'll be really, really close. I'm going to say 2-1 to Arsenal. The second last game, I'm going to save that for the last one because it's the big game. It's Man City versus Chelsea. So the next game is Liverpool against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, I was very impressed again with them against Aston Villa. They were a little bit unlucky. They outplayed them in the first 45 minutes, but the second 45 minutes was Aston Villa's. Liverpool played reasonably well against Stoke. It was kind of one of those that you thought would just dry out to be a 0-0, but I fully expect Liverpool to get a heavy victory against Bournemouth. Even though I think Bournemouth will sustain in the Premier League, I think Liverpool will have too much firepower up front. I expect Benteke to score at least one in this. He'll get his debut goal. I'm going to say 3-0 to Liverpool. And in the final game, we've got Man City going up against Chelsea. Man City getting a perfect result for them. Chelsea, not so much, a 2-2 draw. So if Man City win, they're 5 points ahead of Chelsea already, which would be crazy. I know it's early on, but that would be unthinkable for Chelsea fans considering how they won the Premier League last season. They stormed it, no one came close. But I think Jose Mourinho is not going to allow that to happen. And personally, for all other sides in the league that are competing for top four, the title, etc., a draw would be the perfect outcome. And that is what I'm going to go for. I think it'll be very entertaining. I think it'll be one of those where City will probably take the advantage, and then they'll last spin defence, and someone like Hazard will break it, and then, yeah, Chelsea will equalise. So I'm going to say 2-2 in this one between Manchester City and Chelsea. Let me know what you think of my predictions. Do you agree with them, etc.? Not. Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, peace.